Alright guys, so right now I want to talk to you guys about basic combat training for the US Army. I just graduated about 2 months ago or so, and I'm currently in AIT for 68 Whiskey, but I'll explain the 68 Whiskey in a different video. Right now I'm just going to give you guys the basics of what to expect for BCT, and I can give you guys some advice on how you can make your experience a little bit less of hell. It starts off with, first of all, everyone's going to have a pretty different experience. My experience is different from almost all of my battle buddies, but for the most part, it's all generally the same thing. It's just slight differences for depending on where you go. I went to Fort Sill, so Fort Sill, Oklahoma. First of all, you're gonna go to reception. Reception, it's an in-process thing. It's gonna take about a week or so. If you're lucky, if you're not lucky, you're gonna get held even longer. So you're gonna be there for about 2 weeks or whenever they decide to ship you off. Generally, they ship off the National Guard and Reserves first because they have units that they're required to get back to in a certain time. So if you're one of them, you're pretty lucky. Reception is just hours and hours of waiting in line, getting your uniform, getting your financial work done, your BAH, your whatever you need to do, get your shots, your peanut butter shot. You're all gonna get that unless you don't need to. They'll take blood draws, they'll test your blood. Every male is gonna get a haircut, and everyone's gonna be bald. All the males, no questions. You're all gonna lose all your hair. So I suggest you just get rid of it before you even get there. Reception is where you're gonna meet your battle buddies. Most of the people that you're gonna be in BCT with, you'll meet in reception, because how it works is people come in every week, and the next week the same group of people ship off. This is where you're gonna make most of your friends and whatnot. So there's 3 phases to BCT. There's the red phase, the red, white, and there's blue. Obviously, red is when you first get there. Pretty much you're gonna get smoked every day, or I'm sorry, they call it corrective training. They can't really use that term anymore. Every day you're gonna get corrective training. This is where they kind of just weed out the weak. People do quit on red phase. They either can't take it physically, or most of the time it's just the mental, emotional part, or suddenly there's something medically wrong with them and they can't, continue with BCT, and they get shipped off. And these guys end up actually staying there longer than if they would have just completed the course. I know people that were there when I was there. There's 3 people that quit. It took them about 7 weeks to get shipped off to a different area where they still had to wait until they had to go home. You're gonna be sleep deprived. It's gonna be about red phase is generally about three weeks or so. This is where you're gonna try to build teamwork. You're gonna meet all the people with the THS, the tiny heart syndrome, people that get offended with everything you say. There's the do what they want attitudes. That's generally the people that get everyone messed up because it's a team thing. So if one person messes up, then everyone messes up. You're gonna meet the drill privates. The drill privates are the ones that leadership built in them. They're the ones that really try to they take control. So if you're one of them, just don't let it go too much, because a lot of times you just get annoying. But you can get recognized, and you might end up getting a leadership position later on down the line, which is in white phase. So I'm gonna get into white phase. White phase is it's still strict, so the drill sergeant is still gonna be smoking you and all, but it's just gonna get harder. This is where the leadership positions get handed out. If you have been recognized for, if you don't mess up, if you're squared away, you're a pretty squared away trainee, and they know that you're pretty high speed, like you know what you're doing, you catch on pretty quick, they might give you a leadership position, which is a PG, squad leader, whatever they decide for you. You're gonna do cadences now, which is like, those cadences like the song that they sing when they march. You're gonna be going to the shooting range a lot. You're gonna be learning how to use your rifle and how to take it apart, clean it, load it, unload it. You're gonna be down to range for about 2 weeks straight or so, something like that. And then you get into blue phase. The blue phase is still strict as well. It's not really as strict. It's pretty more late. It's kind of more laid back. Your weekends, you kind of just have it off. You can go to church if you want. Same with red and white, but with red phase, they're mostly gonna fit activities into your weekends, which kind of sucks. This is where you get your FTXs, your field training exercises, hand grenades, your ruck marches. You do ruck marches throughout every phase, but this is where your big ruck march is, which is 16 kilometers. When I did it, it was about 10 miles or so. It was pretty long. You have about a 30-pound, 35, 40-pound assault pack on. You have your weapon on you. It's pretty killer. By the end of it, you're gonna be pretty tired, because y'all start at we started at about 7 p.m. and we ended at 1 a.m. because right after that we had the rites of passage, where you're finally a U.S. soldier. You're considered a soldier now. That was supposedly the last part of your training for basic combat training. You get into graduation. So a couple parts I want to hit is cell phones. I only got my cell phone 3 times. When I first got there, they gave us 45 seconds to try to call, and all of our phones were off. So basically like only 5 people got a call. The next time we got our phone, it was like week 7 or something. We had it for like 10 minutes, and then the last time we got our phone was like 3 or 4 days before graduation. After that, you get it the day before you graduate, and you can keep it until after you graduate. Then you're off. You can keep your phone till then, and you're done with basic. Physically demanding? It's not really physically demanding. It's kind of physically, or it is if you've just been laying down at your home playing video games all day. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard for you. Otherwise, I mean, all the corrective training and all that, you're gonna do a lot of push-ups, and you are gonna struggle, but usually people don't fail out because they couldn't physically do something. It's more of the mental, not that you learn anything super crazy hard. It's because they can't really take being away from their homes as much, or they miss their family and they want to just give up. Yeah, you guys gotta pick each other up, which is bring me to my next point. Y'all are battle buddies. You guys have to square each other away, because you're gonna learn this pretty quick. But if you are good and your whole platoon of, let's say, 50 are good, and you get one guy that came in late or one guy who's missing something, everyone will get corrective training, because you're only as strong as your weakest link, and y'all are gonna learn that quick too. You're only as strong as your weakest link. They're gonna tell you that a lot. Don't call them sergeants. Call them drill sergeants, because that's what they are. If they're wearing the round hat, they're the drill sergeants. Don't fraternize. Don't find yourself a battle bunny or battle honey or whatever, or battle booze. Y'all just stick to the mission. Focus on the mission. Don't try to be getting no girlfriend or boyfriend or wife or whatever. Sleep as early as you can. Sleep is like gonna be your best friend. You're gonna be sleep deprived for almost the entire time. What I found useful was lights out's generally 2100, which is 9 p.m. So by then you would want to just set your uniform up for the next day, like have your patches on and everything, and put what you need in your pockets inside the pockets. Put your ID cards on in your pockets, and just be ready for the next day. Y'all are gonna be making your beds every morning, and you guys have an hour to about get down to formation. If your beds aren't made, they're just gonna destroy it. If your locker's unlocked, they're gonna toss everything out. Be in the right place, the right time, the right uniform. Those are like the key factors of being a U.S. soldier. That's it right there. Right place, right time, right uniform, and be ready to execute. Things you're gonna mainly learn is you're gonna learn how to shoot, you're gonna learn how to move, you're gonna learn how to communicate and kill, of course. But those are your main topics right there. That's like your bread and butter. Shoot, move, communicate. What else do I have for you? And that's about it. That's all you need right there. That's your bread and butter. Be right place, right time, right uniform. Stick it out. It's only 10 short weeks, guys. Come on, it's 10 short weeks. You got this. You can handle it. Just hack it. You're gonna see your battle buddies slowly just lose their minds and want to quit and give up on it. But try to pick them up, because once you're in AIT, it gets good. So AIT is when you finally realize that, hey, the hard part's pretty much over. So depends on what MOS you're on though. So that's about all I got, guys. So see you next video. It'll be on AIT next time. 68 Whiskeys, Combat Medics. Cool. See you then.